Hi, Chad here with Purple Collar Life, and in today's video, we're changing the oil in the Sport Nautique. Now this is a 1994 Sport Nautique. That's an inboard boat, which means the engine is in the center of the hull and there's a solid prop out the back. Now the oil change on this is much easier than you would think. If you can change the oil in your car, you can definitely change the oil in this boat. This does have a V8 Ford engine. It's a 351 Ford. It's part of Pleasurecraft Marine. In this particular boat, those are Ford engines. A little bit later in the Nautiques, those were Chevy 350 engines. But this one, like I said, 351. Oil change is pretty simple. You're going to need a towel to wipe things up. I like to have some rubber gloves. You're going to need an oil filter. This can use the FL-1A. You're going to need a funnel. You're going to need some oil. I use the Shell Rotella T4, which is the regular oil, non-synthetic, in a 15W40. Now, a lot of people might be thinking you should do synthetic, but right in the PCM engine manual it says there's no benefit to doing synthetic. Go ahead and use the regular oil. The other thing you'll need is a drain pan, and it doesn't take long. We'll go ahead and get this process started. I'll show you how easy it is. Again, I think easier than changing the oil in a car. Right there you can see that nice 351 Ford engine, PCM 5.8 Pro Boss. And you can see I've already tilted the clamshell open. I like to hook a little rope onto the handle of the clamshell down here to the ski pylon at the back of the boat, and that holds the clamshell open for me. You can see that gives me a pretty good opening there. There is a prop rod to hold this clamshell open, but it doesn't hold it open quite this much, and this is a better way for me to see better and work on the machine. So if you're like me and it's your first inboard engine, you're wondering, how do you drain the oil out? Do you just drain it down into the bottom of the hull of the boat and let it go out the drain in the bottom? No, let me show you. Now I've had two of these 351 Ford engines in a Nautique boat, and they both had the same setup. You'll find a hose here on the top. You can see it comes right over here, and it's hooked onto this lifting lug of the engine. So we're going to go ahead and unhook that from that lug, and we will pull that up around. And you can see that's actually where we're going to drain the oil from. We'll be able to lower this hose right down through the drain in the hull of the boat, and we'll drain the oil underneath the boat. There are two bilge pumps down here in the hull of the boat. You can see just behind that one, more towards the back of the boat, the stern of the boat, is the drain plug hole. I've got the drain plug out so I can run that hose down through there. So here's that oil drain hose. I'm going to feed it down through here. I'll go ahead and take this clip off of it for now. We'll put that back on it later. But we'll feed down through here. What we want to do is get it down through that hole, through the hull of the boat. Right down in there is actually where the hose starts out of the drain pan of the engine. And then if we move forward here, you'll see I've now got it routed down through that drain plug hole in the bottom of the boat. Now let's go underneath and take a look. Actually, before we go underneath, I'll show you. This is the oil dipstick, so we're going to go ahead and pull that out just a little bit to let it breathe. And then up here on this upper side of the engine is the oil fill. We'll take that cap off also to let it breathe. The process would be similar for any of these inboard boat engines. So here we're under the boat. You can see that hose coming out of the drain hole. I've got it routed down here to my oil catch basin. We're going to go ahead and drain that oil now. It's a little dark under here, but I do have that oil draining into the oil pan. It's going to take a while because it is cold. Now if there's a potentially messy part of this process, this is it, removing the filter from the side of the engine. Again, I'll be using a Motorcraft FL-1A filter. A lot of people ask, is there a difference between a marine filter and an automotive filter? Yes, there is. Definitely if I were in an application where I was possibly in salt water or water that wasn't, lake, river water that we're in here in Northwest Pennsylvania, I would only use the marine oil filter. But where we are and the water that we run in, this Motorcraft automotive filter will be fine on this Ford 351. So, in order to keep from making a mess, what I like to do is put a bag over top of the oil filter before I remove it to catch any of the oil that's coming out. I also make sure I have a rag handy. I put a rag down here where it's going to potentially drip. And then hopefully it's not so tight and I can just remove it by hand. I had to get some straight onto it to get it to start turning, but now it's starting to loosen up a little bit. We're going to try to just tip it down like that. Keep it inside our bag as much as we can. I'm going to use just a little bit of this oil on the ring. You can see this oil wasn't very bad, but since we didn't get to run the boat last year because of flooding on the lakes and camping reservations getting canceled, it's a good idea to change this oil. So right there is where we're going to put the new filter on. Just hand tight is good. And then what I'll do is I'll use a Sharpie to write the date on here as a reminder when I last changed the oil. I routed my oil drain hose back, up around, behind, and clipped it onto that engine block lift lug. That's a good system to drain the oil out. Really nice to drain it out through the drain port in the hull. And that tube actually reminds me of the oil drain system on the Toro Time Cutter Zero Turn. How there's just a tube that once you tip it down, it starts draining it. Pretty cool system. Now this tube does have, I had to remove that end piece for it to drain, but it's a neat system. Okay, now according to the instruction manual for this PCM 5.8 liter high output Pro Boss Ford engine, it'll take 5 quarts, 4 for the oil compartment in the engine, the oil pan, and then 1 for that new oil filter. Again, I'm using the Shell Rotella 15W40. So it should take all 5 quarts, but we're still just going to put a couple quarts in here in the beginning, and then we'll keep our eye on it, check the dipstick. You do not want to overfill these engines with oil, so we'll put, probably 3 in at first, check it, put another 1 in for the 4th, check it, and then we'll need to start it up to run some oil through before we put that 5th quart in. Just about 4 quarts. Let's go ahead and check the dipstick. We'll let that drain down through for a minute. Pull this out and give it a check. So if you can see that, right there is the add mark. And we are still below the add mark. You can see that looks like nice, clean, good oil now. So we're going to go ahead and put that last quart in. And that should fill it all up. Been really happy with this PCM Pro Boss high output 351 engine. Before this one I actually had the Pro Boss GT40 engine. That was a fuel injected engine. This one is the port injected carbureted with the Holley carburetor engine. So there you go. Look at the dash here. There's the original hour meter, 650 hours on our 1994 Sport Nautique. And you can see on the RPM gauge there, 294 hours since we replaced that gauge. And there's the drain plug that goes in the bottom of the hull. We'll put that in now that we're done with the oil change. But we should be in good shape. If you like this video, if it helped you out on your oil change of your inboard boat engine, give us a thumbs up down below. We'd really appreciate it. And if you're interested in rural living videos, tractors, equipment, camping, boating, go ahead and click that subscribe button, and then we'll see you the next time. Thanks for watching. While I was changing the oil here in the Nautique, Jennifer and Mackenzie have also been busy. If you'll recall, that entire pallet and beyond was stacked with the firewood that we bought this winter. Let me show you what it looks like now. Jennifer and Mackenzie showing off their stacking skills. They restacked all that nice oak back here in the corner of the building. Looks great.